Hey, this is Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio, and this is a preview of our latest After Hours episode. We look at an infamous D20 modern scenario, Operation Dead Drop, that stats out Saddam Hussein. The full episode is on the RPPR Patreon. The link is in the description. But I found out about this scenario. There was so much produced back then that it's impossible for even someone as hardcore as Baz or I to keep track of it all. So this is new to me, but this came out in 2003, Operation Dead Drop. And I found out about it because someone on Blue Sky, Aaron King, met my girlfriend's family today and found out her brother plays D&D 3.5 edition and immediately asked if he'd seen the module stats, or I asked him if he'd seen the module stats. It stats out Saddam Hussein. And so I was like, what? And he posted a screenshot of it. And so I have to track this down. And so I found it. It's still for sale on drivethrurpg.com for $3 or $4. So I was like, that's money well spent. Yeah. And here we are. But yeah, this cover is, we have Saddam in the crosshair, some soldiers, this great metallic font, Operation Dead Drop. I want to keep saying, I think I'm gonna say Operation Dumbo Drop at least once in this podcast. And yeah, this countdown mission pack requires the use of D20 Modern Core published by Wizards of the Coast. I remember Wizards of the Coast didn't anticipate their name being invoked. Mission where you take out Saddam Hussein. And so yeah,
I would just like to say that if you do say Operation Dumbo Drop, that is unironically a better depiction of an actual U.S. colonial military expedition than this is.
Okay, I have something for us.
Yeah.
One of us needs to read out that part right there aloud.
No. You know why? Because they should have printed that there.
I volunteer. I am an American Special Forces soldier, a professional. I will do all that my nation requires of me. I am a volunteer, knowing well the hazards of my profession. I serve with the memory of... This is fucking...
It goes on for a way.
I think you have to actually recite this at some point in a training, but
oh my god,
to hold that in esteem and then print it at the front of your, again, I just want to be clear, D20 modern RPG series.
Is this the Ranger Creed?
This is how we honor the fallen.
Or is this homie just ad-libbing his shit that he probably didn't serve?
Good question. I don't know.
Actually, I don't want to.
Can I get in my 2 cents on this? Because I just started reading this a half hour ago, and it's blowing my mind. And it's a Sunday, and I'm feeling introspective. So I have to write pulled from the headline stuff a lot of the time for my job writing for Delta Green. It's just part of the task because that is how the world is set up, and I suffer over that a lot mentally. Because I worry about am I being exploitative? There's things I can say that if it comes from personal experience to sort of launder that, but am I just being ennobling something that's ultimately, crass and loud and focused on other people's misery as a form of fantasy?
You realize the fact that you're asking those questions obviously means you aren't.
Yeah. And then I read stuff like this. I'm like, well, I don't have the answers, but not like this. I don't know exactly where the line is, and I'm probably going to keep torturing myself over that. But I'm not going to torture myself over Operation Dead Drop because don't do it this way. Not the way to handle.
I'm just saying
the material.
if this is actually I gotta Google that now because if that's the actual Ranger Creed, and you got to remember that is.
Yeah, that
a lot of that is what the Ranger Creed is. Wait, it doesn't say Rangers lead the way though.
Well, here's the thing. I was looking this up, so I don't know how accurate this is, but Board Game Geek has this published in 2002. Is that right to your knowledge, Ross?
Yes, I believe so. The
2002.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
We weren't even in Iraq yet.
I know. Yes. Yeah, that's what
the fuck?
Well, it was added to drivethrurpg.com's website on October 27th, 2003. That's
Operation Dead Drop. Countdown Operation Dead Drop was published in 2001. The images from the Department of Defense were used with permission in 2002.
Yeah.
Yes. So the photos come from the Department of Defense. All right.
Mhm.
Explicitly named on the initial page. 9/11 happens in 2001. And in the opening introduction about the adventure background, it says that is part of the real world of the setting. I use those quotes intentionally because they're in the text. The real world setting has 9/11 happen. So thanks for making that clear and setting the stage.
Yeah.
Later down in that column, I think on page 5, it mentions UN Resolution 1441. That's November 8th, 2002. So that also occurs, and that would be when Colin Powell lied his ass off in front of the UN that there were weapons of mass destruction, and they began the inspections that never actually happened. We invade March 20th, 2003 after this comes out. So like this would be the equivalent if I had this summer written like Nicolas Maduro's secret terrorist organization, fentanyl, all caps, is in Caracas.
We have to kidnap President Maduro.
Yeah, and I published it as a D&D module before that happened. That's insane.